the only time I was seriously like a game just I didn't care much for it, even if I appreciated it because the DM was awesome. Was just I realized just how much I don't want main character syndrome. Like
Mm.
my like the DM, he asked for backstories, and I wrote him a backstory. And then he just oriented everything intensely around it. Everybody's gunning for
That's
me. Everything's happening. I'm like,
okay.
I feel so stressed.
well. Are you ready to play an episode that revolves around your character?
Fuck you, DM. No,
Spoiler
yeah.
alert.
Very specifically this episode.
No, yeah. I mean, obviously some sessions are fine. It just was like the whole campaign was like my character almost feels like he has no agency because all the things of if you walk this way, your family will probably die. If you walk that way, you're just probably going to be evil.
Yeah.
It was good role playing, but it was rough.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's like that probably happened because no one else sent in nearly as fleshed out backstories as you.
Yeah, that's true. It was
And then as a DM, you try to balance it out, and you're just like, okay, I need to sort of inch a backstory into the other players. Like
yeah.
like, hey, you meet this guy, he's pretty cool, right? Maybe you form some kind of a connection.
And they're like, no.
Yeah, sometimes they're not into it at all.
Yeah, I think I've
So is-
slowly begun to be like, you know what? It doesn't have to be a surprise in session. Maybe I'll just run these ideas by the players.
Yeah. Like, so is our question like, what's the shittiest game you've been in?
No.
Jeez.
This one.
I wouldn't call that the shittiest though. Oh, I think I can think of some that were there was one particular DM. Oh, that was interesting.
I'm trying to think. I feel like if I did answer this question, it would by necessity probably have to be a game that I ran, right? Or that one of you guys ran.
Yeah, like
Oh,
we're
no.
really calling like each other out because like other people have like DMs
Okay.
for like everybody.
You are forgiven if you just call out a single session or two or like small arc rather than like the entirety of a DM or their work.
Because I don't think I've had like a lot of DMs when I think about it. I usually do DM.
There was one Paul did that kind of fell apart, but it was really fun.
Which one was that?
The one with me and Joey.
He's like, wait, which one was that?
That was
Good. That was really good.
Yeah.
That was
It was
really
really good, but it fell apart, and it was kind of good because it we fucked
fell
up.
apart in like the best way possible.
Yeah, it
was terrible.
It was like a high difficulty one shot, and you just failed in the most astronomical way possible.
Yeah.
And then we tried to kidnap children.
You tried to kidnap children and like offer them.
Wait, what?
sacrifices?
I don't remember that.
One of the guys said that. He was like, you can offer them as sacrifices in order to like free yourself.
You met this like evil wizard who was like, I'll help you if you like offer like bring me sacrifice. So you're like, well, it'll be easiest if we like get children.
Oh my God. We even have to be children. I forgot.
I forgot about that.
I mean-
well, we did resolve that eventually, didn't we? I punched a big scorpion thing.
When it's
What?
practical.
No,
Wait, are you talking about a different thing?
No, the one we did in person in Jackson, where you were
holy
undead
shit.
rogue and you were dragged into the woods by an ink.
Oh my god, yes. I was
Very badly.
R-worded.
Evil rogues are like, I mean, I once got a young girl stoned and donated her to the whorehouse.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna need somebody to take that soundbite out of context.
Okay, well, my companion in the game's father was the whorehouse owner, and we were trying to assassinate him, so we thought it would be a good way to get inside.
Oh my goodness.
Instead, they just opened the door, grabbed the
Freezing.
girl, and closed it. And we felt bad.
That's kind of shit on. That's kind of like a shitty DM choice,
It-
first, in my opinion.
It worked well with all the other shenanigans and crap we were giving him. Like we were just like, oh, but it didn't, it didn't phase us.
Fair enough.
We really gave that. We completely ignored. He completely ignored his plot to try to assassinate the father, which could have ended in this recession or two. Except his father was wily and kept escaping our grasps.
Wile E. Coyote.
It was. We ended up blowing up the whorehouse.
Wow, that's
To
incredible.
BT Dubs, he escaped and started went to like the slave trade or something. It was.
Yeah.
It's okay. We almost went to go do him, but I ended up killing the other player. So
Okay, I have an answer. I have my answer, and there might be a
Okay.
worse one than this somewhere. Like, I'm not digging through the annals of every single D&D game ever, but one of the worst DMing experiences I've ever had was one of those one shots. I used to run one shots that we like invited a lot of people to because there were a lot of people who wanted to play D&D and not enough people who wanted to DM. So
Yeah.
there were like, I feel like I ended up being surprised or something, and there were like 8 people or something like that.
Holy.
And it was like a mystery in a haunted house,
Oh my
and
gosh.
everybody was talking the entire time, and they were all like doing things in different rooms.
mhm.
Oh, I've heard you talk about this before.
That was really
actually.
fun, but it was chaos, like to DM.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm
one
so
of-
sorry.
That's one of the few times where I legitimately was just like almost stopped it because I was so annoyed at the players.
I'm gonna say I think
I'm
at
sorry that I
every
contributed.
at some point I have done everything that a bad DM does.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely had one of the worst ones I did was one of those sessions of fighting an illusionist where you walk into a room and you see a bright light and then you look and say, oh, it's a crystal above. What they don't know is that they were instantly like put to sleep and now they are hallucinating and they go through this dungeon and it slowly kills all of them. And they're like, crap, I'm dead. But when they all die, they wake up in another room and start all over again. And it was really boring. And ended up one of the players just kind of managed to keep going while the others were waiting. And it was annoying.
So I think it's kind of close between this one and one that was hosted in the on like Sunday nights when I was in school in the RD's room because he was in the game.
Mhm.
And it was ran by someone else who was a pretty good DM, had actually been DMing for a long time. But so he wasn't the problem, but like there were these other people, like there was like this one person who like literally everyone rolled their dice and then like we're all standing up and then he reaches down and like turns it to a 20 and like three of us are just standing there looking at him do this and he goes natural 20 and
What?
and the DM didn't see it and
Oh,
like I
no.
guess we all looked at each other and were like
Eh.
it's not worth it. And so he just got away with it. But the actual worst one was, and this was at my house at the time and was with a previous roommate that I lived with, and he was running a game and he was like, it was pretty cool at first because it was like his own world and it was like an pirate game, like we're out on the open seas and there were some really cool moments with it, but it got to a point where like when he revealed like the the big bad evil guy, it was like it was this gold dragon that we were all like, oh, metallic dragons are good, and then like the twist was this one is actually evil. and
Because
it just sort of became sort of like DM PC territory, not really, but like we were like, I want to try to find a way to circumvent this person's influence, and he'd always just be like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You're not free. No, we were so, and then shortly after that, it just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
had-
And also it was bad because there were people at the table that like were genuinely super annoying. Like, so there was this. Oh my god! So there's this one background in D&D called faction agent. And so the normal ones are like you're part of the Harpers or part of the, part of whatever, the Emerald Enclave or whatever, and that's your faction if you're playing in Faerun. And you could probably homebrew your own faction, but it is like it became a meme in our group because the one player would always bring up the fact that he was a faction agent and be like, "Hey, so can I get anything for being a faction agent?" And we were like, "Shh, please, for the love of Christ, shut the hell up about being a faction agent." It was super annoying. And then and then him and another player were like super power gamers, and it was like really stupid and annoying. So yeah.
I think it was my time when I wasn't going power gaming. Instead, I was just totally going.
Okay, we gotta let some other people.
Oh, sorry.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the three of us could keep going for a long time, I feel like.
Listen, two come to mind, and I feel like it's always good to be like, listen, people put effort into these games, and I appreciate
Yeah.
the effort,
Yeah.
even though it didn't quite hit the spot that they wanted to. But I still remember realizing halfway through one of my friend's games that it was based around Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Game.
Did not go well.
Oof.
I didn't. Yeah, it was okay. So I was in that one too. I think I've talked
Yeah.
about this. Yeah, our friend had read Goblin Slayer, and I wasn't familiar with the series. So anyone who is, you can fill in the blanks. But I want to, in addition to that, I want to add that like each of us brought two characters, and like all of us lost one character.
Yeah.
And it was super fucking hot. Like it was really hot out. And like everybody was
I thought you were talking about the Goblin Slayer stuff.
No, bad timing.
Yes, no, not that. But it was
The
just very
temperature.
uncomfortable for so many reasons.
Wait, just don't take your shirts off. Were y'all bros?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Not
And
the-
then the other one
Damn.
was a good concept in theory. It was a tournament of power thing where we all brought our main characters,
yeah, I was there.
and
for that.
then just fought against each other in like one-on-one battles. And it just, you don't realize how stressful and tense that can get until you're like fighting against like you're using your main character and like have like no way of fighting against another person's main character.
Because we brought
Yeah,
characters from like other campaigns. It was like a Smash Brothers thing.
Yeah, and then you have to like tell the DM about your bullshit homebrew thing that your other DM allowed you in the other game.
Oh yeah.
And like, long story short, I did that, and I brought my paladin Adrelin into that when one of my friends ran a game like that, and I just curb stomped everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so funny thing, Ryan was playing his character from my campaign that I run, and that whole campaign is just like, basically they're on a quest to become like as OP and game breaking as possible. So I had to fight my own abomination, and it like obliterated me, and it was deeply upsetting.
Very good. Yeah, I guess. Raven, do you have one, or you don't have to answer?
Is the answer the worst like experience we've had in a game?
Yeah, I
In a
guess
D&D
so.
game. So I've only been in like a very small handful, and 90% of them were falls.
Hit me.
So and no, none of my bad experiences were with him. So before you ask, it was with one of the only people that wasn't Paul that ran a one shot. And Paul and Chris probably know what I'm talking about. They spent so a character was deeply shitty to the party, then fucked off on his own, And DM, instead of like punishing that character, decided to spend the next 30 minutes following that character while the four of us just sat around and listened.
It's true. My character was plotting to murder his character as soon as they appeared again.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well,
I mean, that one's a pretty bad one.
well, hopefully, dogs.
Got that dog in him.
Yeah.
So now
So
that the bar is
hopefully-
extremely low.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah, my worst
you'll be
experience
able
wasn't the
to yeah, hopefully since the bar is so low, Cyborg will be able to leap over it on this episode of Teen Titans Roll. Okay, so I guess before we get started, like I do want to have final call. Is there anything else you wanted to do to the car, Cyborg, or are you just good as is and with some of your infusions?
Well, yeah, I feel like that'll be good. Putting in a little bit of jump and maybe the jump and considering a little bachelor pad back there so people can take a nap.
Okay, so just like an extra dimensional portal
Yeah.
to like extend to make it like the inside of it like a van.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Who knows
So
when
it's
you
like,
might need to take like a giant super cannon in the back or something.
yeah, it's like it's got extended capacity and it kind of feels almost like a small limo instead of a car or like a big van. So the scene opens to a cluttered garage. There's the sounds of drills. This montage begins of a car being constructed. The components being put together, the engine block descending down into the hood of the car, or the front of the car, and a bunch of other things that I don't understand enough about cars about to really go into in great detail. So, but there's this cool montage happening. Finally, after some time with this, Cyborg, you are done. You have completed the car. You can get in and try to start it if you would like.
I feel like people should be watching this. But maybe no. I'm gonna take it out on my own. We're gonna have a little private time.
Well, you've definitely probably been thinking about showing it off, but like this is the moment where like to test to make sure all the components work and the car starts.
All right. I open the door, just kind of slicking my hand against the door handle. Oh, this feels fresh. And I just step in, put my hands on the wheel, and turn on the engine, feeling all 100,000 of those horsepowers rolling over.
Okay, so what happens?
Yeah.
Well, okay, before that, before you have an orgasm in your car, I'm gonna put a little bit of a cock block in. So you press the button ignition, which it actually is a button.
Okay.
And the car, either you have like a separate key fob, but it's a button, which is actually like way ahead of its time in terms of car design. It's like by like 10 years at least. And the car does not start. And you begin racking your brain about what could be going wrong. Like what did you miss? Like this thought bubble comes up and you're like, okay, this, and there's like all these components that like you're filing through, and you're doing math in your head, and you're thinking about fuel injection and a whole bunch of stuff. And then you realize, oh yes, the whole design principle around this is the integration with your own systems. Getting as close as you can, or at least for now, to putting your own heart and soul into this car. And you know that the final component is a connectivity chip to your operating system that you need to slide into the disk insert in front of the car.
Okay, so I take this cable that's kind of stuck to the back of my head.
Well, it's like it's in your chest. It's in your chest.
I'm trying to avatar the shit out of this.
Okay, I get that, but you would know that like a hardline connection wouldn't be as efficient when you're outside of the car.
That's fair.
So you pop open this compartment in your chest, and you take out this large like motherboard chip. It's got like glowing blue components, and you slot it into this one area that an uneducated person would probably think is like the CD area, but it's not. It's a secondary thing. And now you can start the car again if you would like.
Yes, I will.
You hit the button, and it goes.
Oh, it almost scared me there for a second. Oh, it's so powerful. Oh gosh, these horses can rake me over the coals. What is with it? Okay. Oh, okay.
But now that you're over the initial fright, you just can't get over the beauty of that sound.
Oh, holy satanic mother of Slade, this is awesome.
Oh my God. Well, you've been working on this for a long time, almost to, like, and people have been wondering what you've been up to down in the garage. Would you like to gather the team to try to show it off?
Yeah, I do. I press the onboard communications array, and I'm like, hey, everybody, get down here. It's an emergency.
Okay, so you guys...
I instinctually turn to see if Robin is, like, here or if he's, like, somewhere else.
Robin's jumping off the couch, running towards the...
And I'm just like...
immediately thinking it's an emergency.
I'm just like, whew, it's not happening again.
When you walk in, I'm literally doing the Spider-Man dance.
Okay. Do you want to put one of your tarps over the car so that you can surprise them?
Yes, I do.
I was in my room as a ferret in a little cat bed, like under a bunch of comics. And I come running to the basement or the garage or wherever.
All right, do y'all make your way down to the garage?
Yep.
Burst in. Cyborg, what's the emergency? What are you doing?
Rolling my fists together, gyrating.
All right. So the team is there, and for this moment that you've been waiting for to show them off your coolest, hottest, baddest creation, the one, the only T-Car.
Guys, what do you get when you shove 100,000 horsepowers into one bad, awesome space? And I rip the tarp off, displaying the car. Booyah! Look at this!
Horses in space?
10,000 horsepower plasma turbine engine, nitro
100.
boosters, hover jets, anti-lock brakes, roof-mounted pivoting proton cannons, a front-mounted sonic blaster for that pesky hedgehog. For some reason, whoever wrote this put Sonic in a capital letter, so I'm gonna assume it's to fight the hedgehogs.
It shoots Sonic out of the cannon.
Rear
It's
oil
the whole
slicks,
gallery.
smoke, full onboard computer, leather seats, power windows, awesome sound system, jumping capability, and a sweet ass bachelor pad inside.
Cool. So you guys see it. This is this very impressive car. Doesn't look like anything you've seen on the road up to this point. It looks new. It looks years ahead of its time. You look inside, and the inner compartment space is actually, space to sit in is actually bigger than the outside, and it's shiny and new. You're all probably pretty impressed with this for varying different reasons, with the notable exception of Raven. This doesn't really do anything for you. It feels kind of grossly materialistic.
Have you ever just said, "Oh, wait, what if Slade's running down the street? Wouldn't it be great if we could just plow right over him?" Now we can.
Well, you should show us what this baby can do.
Yeah.
Also, you guys notice the license plate, the California license plate, and it says FCK Slade.
Robin looks at it, gives a thumbs up to Cyborg.
Raven, after hearing all of that, just floats over to the license plate, points at it, and says, "I like this."
Good.
What are you waiting for? Get in.
Oh
And
yeah, joyride.
as you guys are ready to go on a fun ride on the town, suddenly there's another emergency alert. This one is real.
That one's not mine. Did you do that? I look at Beast Boy.
I don't think so.
Crap. I mean, booyah! We get to test drive this thing. What's the emergency, Robin?
I
Well,
pull out the communicator.
Yeah, the emergency is in a tertiary area around the tech district, more so just like the normal mundane stuff, like the Radio Shacks and things like that. Hey, call back to Radio Shack. Sponsor us if you can.
They're dead. They're dead, man.
I think
Sponsor us if you can from the grave.
They have about as much money as the podcast has.
It is basically, yeah, there's like this area, there's an electronics shop that is under attack by a mysterious new supervillain.
I'm down.
We're going to
All right.
the tech district. Let's go, guys.
Can we
Right,
do?
you guys get
Our
in?
movies are in danger.
Can we do the Tokyo Drift as we drive?
We will do all the drifts.
All right. You guys start driving off. You actually drive across the water with the hover jets, and you are now driving along the mountain roads into the highway that leads to the city proper.
Can I turn into a dog and stick my head out the window?
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad I don't even have to bring it up.
Oh yeah.
You start doing that. Now, Cyborg, you quickly start realizing that driving in the car with the whole team is maybe a little more stress on you for your baby, your new car, than you thought it would be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of to like what's going on with everyone, and you can react however you would like. But the mental kind of situation for you guys is like Raven, you actually find this drive in this vehicle kind of a little too slow and uninterested compared to the experience of flying, and it just doesn't really drive for you.
Yeah.
Can I get out and fly? Is that an option?
Do you really want to just literally just get out and fly alongside the car?
Is that an
You
option?
absolutely can if you want to.
I'm
You
gonna
can
do
try to
that.
get out from the window. So Raven just immediately crawls out of the vehicle and
While
starts
it's moving.
flying. Yeah,
She-
and starts flying alongside it.
She gives a little
Um,
sigh before she does that to indicate that she's bored.
I go
Um,
through emotions of annoyance mixed with relief, and I don't.
um,
Yeah, sorry, go on.
well, I was just gonna say that there are a lot of fascinating buttons in front of you where you're sitting in the front, Starfire.
Oh yeah, true. I'm definitely trying to push those buttons.
Okay,
No.
you press a bunch of buttons at super speed.
I've heard the cars play
And-
music, and I really want to play cars. I really want to play music, and I also wonder where the nitro button is.
Very good. The windshield wipers start moving, and to your mind, you just see, you might understand windshield wipers, but to you, it's like this feeling of elation and joy as the two little arms on the front of the car start to dance back and forth.
They are dancing.
I imagine I
Give
put a
them
little.
music.
I imagine I put a little twirl into the windshield wipers, and
Right, but they are distracting to you
Yes.
as there's no need for them at the moment.
Starfire, quit pressing buttons.
And now you look back and you see that Beast Boy is a dog and he's slobbering all over your paint job.
Beast Boy, close your damn mouth.
You guys are zooming into the city, although with the highway and the traffic, you haven't yet been able to fully get into full gear yet and really test out some of the higher speeds of the car. Now that you guys there's a little less traffic, Cyborg, you see that there might be an opportunity to do that.
All right, you guys want to see what this is made out of? Raven, you're gonna have to catch up.
Robin, this is the point when you notice that you guys are like the location of the emergency is right up ahead.
I push my finger towards the nitro.
Well,
Wait,
yeah. So
it's right. It's right there, Cyborg. It's right there. We don't have to go very far. It's like a block up ahead.
I hit the nitro.
No!
I start screaming.
Wait, if there is an evil supervillain in the middle of the road, I want to roll to not.
He's not.
Okay.
He's not. He's not in the road. You see people running out of this electronics store in a panic and running out into the street.
I was really
suddenly
hoping
there
for a
are
chance.
obstacles, and do you press the nitro with people running out into the street?
Well, there are people. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Okay, let's. Pedestrians, the bane of my existence.
All right, you guys pull over to the corner, and there are people running out of this electronics shop called Cook's Electronics. And people are running out in terror. I assume that you guys are rushing in.
Yeah.
However, Cyborg, if the rest of you guys are rushing in, Cyborg, the first thing on your mind is the fact that you kind of want to secure the vehicle first before you immediately run into the emergency. You have a steering wheel lock that you can put on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So do you want to do that?
Yeah, I take out that little boot that you put onto a steering wheel and lock it down.
Yeah, so you start locking this thing down as the team rushes in to Cook's Electronics. And as you close the door and look over the car, you realize, the windshield could use a quick polish.
You're darn right it could. What? Gosh, and there's that place that got the drool all over it. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So you
This is a
you get
movie.
out a rag and you start wiping the car down,
Yeah.
and these two guys walk up while you're doing that. These two other teenagers, and one of them he's short. He wears a black leather jacket. He has a red shirt, a belt, and jeans, and he wears Converse sneakers. He has a round face, and he has slicked black hair. He goes, "Dude, that is fat."
Yeah.
And the other guy, his friend is tall. He has he also has a black leather jacket. He wears a V-neck white T-shirt. He has jeans, and he's wearing like these black like stilettos. And he is chewing on a toothpick, and he wears shades over his eyes. And he goes, "Sweet ride. She yours?"
Yeah, man, I was trying to create something that could even come close to the impressiveness of my gigantic penis, and this is the closest I
They just start laughing. They're like, "Hell yeah, man!"
Do you know how many horses this thing has into it? I boiled down 100,000 of those suckers into that engine.
At this point, as the rest of the team, you guys are rushing in. Like some of you, especially Raven, I would say probably first with your high passive perception, would realize that Cyborg is lagging behind.
That's okay. I'm making friends.
It's Black Buzz Apocalypse.
So, like, how did any of you react to the fact that Cyborg is lagging behind? He's not following you guys right away.
I don't notice.
I'm focused on getting in there and stopping.
I tell the guys, man, this baby, you know I'm a crime fighter. This thing is like the ultimate police vehicle. I mean, you've seen what they can do. Mine can do it all.
Cyborg, can you not drive your vehicle into the store?
Oh,
It-
God.
I like your thinking, Starfire.
I mean, you will definitely probably damage it if you crash it through the front of the store.
But not today. I'm going to keep that one in reserve. All right, gentlemen. Watch the master fight himself some crime. And I pop an enlarge spell and just go up a size category.
Whoa.
And,
Cool. And then you run in after the team.
yeah, I start walking that way.
So inside, you see this large mass, this humanoid shape. Well, it's the size of a man, but is made out of energy, this like flowing electrical blue energy. And he grabs a bunch of appliances off of a shelf, and he starts draining the energy from them to such a point that the appliances literally dissolve. And he goes, "Foolish biologicals, overload will destroy."
Stop! Stop! Stop in the name of overwhelmingly great technology.
So, there's this villain in here. Everyone else, all the pedestrians seem to have fled out of it. I would like you guys to roll initiative.
That's an 18 for Starfire.
19 for me. Lucky.
I was distracted by the fact that Cyborg grew really big after talking about his big penis.
Whoa. That
was
is
a lot going.
distracting.
I was
was
making
awkward.
funny jokes to myself and having a very ADHD moment. I nat one.
Pog.
So did Robin, I think.
Yep, 100%. except mine's a +10.
All right, Cyborg, what is your initiative?
13.
He got a 24, so he's going to be at the top of the round. So, at the top of the round, this, apparently his name is Overload. This villain is going to try to attack you guys. He's going to make a couple attacks against you. So, he sees you guys, and he is going to attack at, let's say, Starfire and Robin. How about that?
Okay.
That works.
No, that's not okay.
So he slams these long tendrils of electricity in the ground, and he tries to smack them against you. So the one against Starfire is a 26.
That does
And
it.
all right, and the one against Robin is going to be a 16.
Ooh, no.
All right, so damage. Okay, so Starfire, you take 12 lightning damage, which is reduced to 6 since you're so resilient. But as you get hit, the jolt of electricity, it's very, very similar to when you fought lightning, the man himself, not. And as you are hit, you cannot take reactions until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. Because I'm like jolted. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But with that, that is his turn. So, Beast Boy, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try and fight lightning with elements of my own and go air elemental.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
You turn into an air elemental. You could try to get behind him to flank if you would like.
yeah, I would like to do that. I guess I'll try and slam him twice.
Okay. Yeah, you get to roll both with advantage.
Ooh, alright. I will do that. Okay, so a 27 for the first one.
Okay, that will hit. And I understand because you're subclass that your transformations are considered magical, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that will cut through his resistance. So that's good.
Yeah, I think I had, like, magical animal attacks, like, a while ago, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, both are 27 to hit. That's 10 and 14 bludgeon damage. Magical bludgeon damage.
Okay. He actually takes the full amount and seems surprised as you hit him in this wispy elemental form. It's actually kind of similar to him. He seems like some kind of elemental, but of a kind that you've never heard of before. Probably like a lightning one. And also, he is like this lightning elemental, but he has this like little face on like a computer chip, like inside the middle of his body, and he just has like these hunched shoulders. He doesn't have like a head on a neck, and he gets. But as you hit him, you will take with each hit 1 and 7, so 8 total lightning damage.
Okay,
And-
lightning I have resistance to lightning in air
great.
elemental form, so...
Cool.
That'll be
So
just
it'll be
4?
one.
Or what would it be?
It would be 1 because you can't reduce 1,
Yeah.
and then I think it would be 4.
Okay, cool.
Or wait,
Wait.
no, hold on. I think it's 7 divided by 2. It'd be 3.
Well, I take the 1 and
Yeah. Oh yeah. So 4 total. You're
4
correct.
total,
Sorry.
yeah. Gotcha.
All right. Cool. And as you hit him, there is a jolt, and it's not enough to fully stun you, but you cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn.
Ooh, okay. And
Yeah.
that's just an ability he does on me? Or...
Yeah, if he hits you or you hit him with the ability, then you get shocked a little bit, and you are inhibited just enough to where he can like run away from you without.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Cyborg, it is your turn.
All right. First of all, did I see it like absorbing the energy from things?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little scared, but I'm still pretty confident here. I'm going to go ahead and shoot off one shot of my lightning launcher. Does 22 hit?
Okay, well, that was kind of a brash decision. It does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
We'll see what happens. 11 damage.
Okay, you shoot him with the first one. Are you just rapid firing, shooting two in a row?
No, I went ahead and shot one, and then we're gonna wait to see what it does before I just roll the next
All right.
one.
So that was 11 damage.
Yeah.
As you hit him with the blast of electrical power, he absorbs the energy. It does not seem to damage him at all, and in fact, he absorbs the energy and seems to heal for the proportionate amount. And he grows in size to the large size category. He started as medium, and now he is large. And his reach seems to has increased about 5 feet.
Oh.
And he goes, that's the good juice.
Shit. I just start backing up. It absorbs everything. But I don't go out of the store, but I definitely back up as far as I can to the back side of it.
Is this about the amoeba like version of the origin story that you're talking about?
No.
Okay. Anyway, all right. Do you want to do a second attack if you have one, or is that it for you?
The only other one I would really have that would be appropriate would be a melee attack, unless I can do my boom, the big boom, my Mr. Boom Boom. And no, that's too big for. And yeah, no, I think I'm going to stop and reevaluate.
Okay. All right. Robin, it is your turn. Wait, hold on. Has Starfire gone?
Starfire has not gone.
Yeah, you were supposed to. Yeah, no, sorry. You were supposed to go before 7.
Well,
so sorry.
Whatever. Also worth noting, because of my large size, I pumped in an extra 1 point into that.
Oh, okay. Great. He heals another 1 point.
Yep.
Okay, so then, time-wise, is this occurring after or before?
So this is occurring just before he shoots the lightning bolt in. So you actually haven't seen the lightning bolt.
Okay, alright. Yeah, that changes my decision a little bit. Okay, I am just gonna, can I safely cast a fireball at him?
Well, he occupies a, well, so he's large at the moment. Well, no, he hasn't grown yet, actually. He has not grown yet, so he would be here. And then I guess Beast Boy would be behind.
So if I cast it, right diagonally from him, or if I cast it right next to him like that, would that work?
Well, Fireball is a... What is it? Fireball.
20-foot, like 20. Spear.
Okay, then I'll just, wait. I think, I'll just use Careful Spell.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my sorcery points to do Careful Spell. Then I raise my arms over my head, create a big green spirit bomb thing, and hurl it at him.
Okay, so this happens first, then. You hit with this blinding light, and everyone kind of you put your hands over your eyes, Robin and Beast Boy. You're like, oh god, we're about to die. But the damage washes over you without, the light washes over you without hurting you. It seems all the damage is concentrated on him. Now, the interesting thing, the radiant damage does not seem to heal him. However, he does absorb it in some capacity, and it does not do damage to him as he increases in size.
Okay.
So it actually increases in size earlier than he did the first time.
Okay, so I'm not even rolling for damage, or?
No.
Okay. He ate it.
He's like, that energy isn't quite what I prefer, but it'll do. And then I assume, well, now, I mean, I guess events have switched around a little bit. Do you just want to stick to what you did before, Cyborg, and shoot him with the lightning?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Just assume I did as before.
All right, so you did as before. Now, Robin, it is your turn.
So watching this, is Robin right up close to him like that?
Yes, because he would have moved forward to you, and he made an attack against you and Starfire.
And then Cyborg is 15 feet that way.
Yeah, I assumed that. I mean, Cyborg can be wherever he wants, but he used a ranged attack, so I had assumed you'd want to be at distance.
Yeah, and I'm backing up to the back of the store. Like,
he starts backing away.
Yeah, this doesn't look safe.
All right.
How big is this store?
I mean, it's probably like the dimensions at least of like that, like this thing, you know, on a side, and then maybe like the length of the map here. So like a good bit. Also, Slade is just chilling over there in the corner.
We haven't taken.
So my main question, is there any way I can throw an EMP and not hit Cyborg?
You want to screwed up.
Okay.
It's a 60 foot.
So you're asking me about that. So I would say now I need to understand the science of electromagnetic pulses.
Okay, we're going into quantum physics, guys.
Because listen, like, you know, solar flare happens, and like, yes, that's happened and knocked out like the power grid of Canada, but it didn't like kill anyone who ran like I don't think it like got rid of transient electricity, is what I'm saying. Like I don't think it like, I don't know. I don't understand science well enough, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that like he is like living lightning. He's not like a machine that runs on electricity.
He's got a circuit board in his face.
That is true. That is true.
That's kind of Robin's thought process behind this. Is it looks like he's got a circuit board surrounded by lightning. Potentially an EMP blast could take it out.
I googled whether or not an EMP blast affects lightning, and it says that an EMP shield is designed to protect an entire home from lightning. So take that how you will.
An EMP shield? Well, what I think is probably happening is that him as living lightning is probably generating an electromagnetic field of some kind.
Interesting. Okay.
So I would rule that he's probably shielded against effects like that, since he is a being made of like electromagnetic forces. He's kind of tech, but he's kind of like weird and elemental. So
he's a weird tech creature.
But you might not necessarily know that, so you can just act on whatever assumptions, or you can roll intelligence, see what you know. You know, I guess that would be a nature roll.
I was like, is it a... I am not good at nature.
You got decent intelligence.
I do. It's just not good at nature.
I mean, it could... Yeah. Well, that's just kind of a weird question. It's like, in a modern game, is a question about physics and energy is it a nature check still? Yeah. Or is it not?
It's like, Okay, well,
so like, wait, so are druids just like really good at like at like science? I don't know. The
maybe.
Thoughts I have in the shower.
I'm going to... Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna whip out my
He's gonna whip it out.
Way too much whipping out.
I have a metal. Nah, I'm just gonna punch him. It's gonna hurt either way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go straight into my karate kicks. Natural 1.
Wow, well that's
2 natural 1s in a row.
Bad luck.
Initiative and then that. Okay, 23.
That'll hit.
And then I'll just go into a flurry of blows. Natural 20.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
And 16.
The 16 will just hit.
Nice. Okay. So here comes the first. First one is an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
And because you're cool monk shit, you actually bypass his resistance.
Yes. And also 3 points of sneak attack damage.
Oh, cool.
Because of my rogue shit. And then my crit is a 12. And then my last one is a 10. So altogether, that is 20, 33.
So each one that hit, like how many hit again?
3.
Was 3. So for each one that you hit, you take 1d10 lightning damage. So I'll just roll that as 3d10. You take a total of 14 lightning damage, and you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn.
Okay, I'm still. You said 13?
14.
I am going to extract aspects, though.
Okay, very cool. As you feel it burns, there's a jolt of burning pain in your nerves, but you manage to extract that energy and sense the flow of the energy within this form.
Oh.
So, all right. So it gives you the. Go ahead.
I didn't think about it because he's lightning. Can I throw in a stunning strike?
You can try, yeah.
Yeah, let's try one stunning strike in there.
All right, so he has to make a con save.
Yeah.
Rolls a natural 20.
Okay, well then extract aspects.
Okay, so extracting aspects may well inform your attempts in the future. All right, so that gives resistances, immunities, and condition immunities. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so his damage resistances are bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. And he is immune to fire, lightning, poison, and radiant, and thunder damage.
Damage vulnerabilities?
And, he doesn't have any damage. Well, okay, so this is the interesting thing. Well, this is a question about, would this give you the answer? Well, so there's a moment where you, like, utilizing the information that you get. Well, I'll go through his condition immunities first. So he's immune to being from exhaustion. He can't be grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, made prone, restrained, or unconscious. However, he doesn't have any explicit vulnerabilities. However, as you're drawing from the energy and understanding it better in an esoteric sense, the intellectual side of your mind also starts remembering things about science. And you compare the two forms of information, and you realize that while he's not explicitly vulnerable to it, that if a source of water were to hit him, he might short out.
Interesting. I'm just going to shout out all these things to the group.
Okay. All
right. That great food and water spell that I didn't prepare could actually be useful.
Yeah.
And then that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So now it is Raven's turn at the bottom of the round.
From all the information that we've gathered, if I were to make a spiritual weapon, would that theoretically hurt him?
That is force damage, so yes, that would hurt him. Also, you just heard Robin yell out that he might short out if he's hit with water.
Yeah.
And you do notice there are some sources of water throughout the store. With your passive perception, you would easily see all of them.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to go with that.
All right, so the things that you notice is that there's a few water coolers around, for like people to get drinks. There's the sprinkler system, so you could probably like pull the sprinklers off off, and they would like all go off. And there is actually outside the front, you saw a fire hose for some reason, like attached to the front of the building. Like it was not you you were kind of confused and made a mental note of it because it was not like a typical thing to be just in the front, but it seemed like there was like a rolled up fire hose and like uh and like hooked up to the wall, like for one of those emergency, like if you ever see a building and there's like a water connection like for fire departments to connect a hose to.
Yeah.
It seems that whenever there was the last emergency around this area, the fire department must have just left the hose attached.
Interesting. So are we? Is our villain guy inside at the moment?
Yes, you guys are inside the building, but the entrance is not too far.
Okay, I'm gonna call out to Cyborg and tell him that there's a fire hose outside and to run to it.
All right.
He seems the most equipped to do that. And then I'm gonna shoot off the sprinklers because that sounds the most chaotic and fun.
Okay, so the sprinklers start to go off, and he, as the water rains down on him, he goes, ugh, and his size starts to shrink a little bit. And he seems to be getting hurt as like his form just sort of like jolts, and then like it's like the energy is fighting against the influence of it, but it ends up like he shrinks back down to his regular size, and it seems to be actively hurting him.
Yeah, shrinkage is a bitch.
Oh my god. Calculation is specific. It's the fire elemental thing, but I'm not going to do that for like sprinklers. I'm just going to give them a good chunk of damage. Okay. So if you were doing that with telekinesis, then that would be your action. But I think you can do spiritual weapon as bonus action if you still want to attack him that way.
Is it a cantrip or is it a spell? I think it's a spell, isn't it?
It is a spell, but you can do like telekinesis like free.
As a bonus action?
Well, telekinesis was the action. I think spiritual weapon's a bonus action.
Yeah, but I think spiritual weapon is a spell.
Yes, but you can still do it.
Yeah, but I have 2 spell slots, so I'm gonna save them.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Well, in that case, it would go back up to the top of the round. He is hurt. Now Robin can't take reactions. And Starfire can, but he will try to move. He'll take more damage.
Either, right?
Well, it was until the start of your turn, so I think you can.
Cool. So I can slug him then.
So you can slug him as he tries to move away.
Okay. I'd love to find out if I'm capable of hitting him. So.
Punch lightning.
I've done it before.
It's true. Also, he will take some more damage from his from the sprinklers on his turn.
That's a 28 to hit.
Okay, 28 is
Yep.
that will hit.
That does hit. Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
And that's 14 damage.
Okay, and that is he is resistant, so it's 7.
So my punches aren't magical, right?
No.
Okay, darn. I gotta fix that.
Yeah. The Bigby's hand is a great combo.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So you could do that, and also you have another attack, but you will take 2 lightning damage.
But yeah, this is just an attack of opportunity. This isn't my turn.
Oh yeah, no, you're correct. Sorry.
So I take
so
one
he
more
runs.
damage. Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, I think so. So he runs over to another part of the store, and his form shifts, and he occupies this like big this speaker. Like there's like some some speakers you'd put in your house or next to your TV or whatever. And the speaker grows in size, like it grows really big, and then he unleashes like a booming blast of thunder energy over at Robin and Starfire. Like it's like a cone type situation, like 50-foot cone, big booming like energy.
Oh,
So go ahead, you two, and both give me Constitution saving throws.
okay.
5.
Okay. So you got a 23, and Ryan, you got a 5. So I think that means both of you will take half the damage.
Okay.
So that is going to be 12 thunder damage for the two of you. It's not that bad.
How low was
So-
the DC?
So that's 6 for me then?
Yeah, 6 for you, and also 6. Wait, no, it's not a dex save. So, sorry, I was thinking about evasion, but
Okay,
so
that makes
you'll take,
sense.
yeah, you'll take 12 thunder damage, and you will take 6.
Okay.
All right. Now it is Beast Boy's turn.
Okay. As an air elemental, I'm going to fly up to him. I can fly 90 feet, so I can reach him. And I'm going to shift
Yes.
into a water elemental and fall on top of him.
Hell yeah. God. I could get specific, like literally Matt Mercer ran into the same problem where it was like, what does a fire elemental and water elemental do to each other when they hit each other? And it was like, I don't know. It's also a weird question because it's like how many gallons, because like the fire elemental takes like 1 point of cold damage like per a certain metric of for every 5 feet the elemental moves in water, or for every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage. This damage cannot be well, no, that's new. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna let you have, well,
How about this? I don't know what you want to do with this, but I was going to use my whelm attack to basically engulf it, and it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Right. I would say now there is like the water is like getting like really charged. I would say you would take a little bit of lightning damage, but you're in a form, or a decent amount of lightning damage, but you're in a form that like doesn't matter, right? Because it'll just go to your form. But I think with that kind of overwhelming thing, I'm just gonna rule that you just like completely short him out. Like he falls to the ground, and he's not, well, his body is like really small and frail now, and as he's just like quivering on the ground, like, and he's like really wet, and so he's like his form tries to like grow, but it just keeps like shorting out because but he is it seems that the water damage doesn't kill him if he takes too much of it, but it like has placed him in an inert state where he actually can be restrained but with some non-conductive material if you guys want to.
Yeah, so can I pick him up in my water elemental hands?
Yeah, he's like, ugh!
And as a water elemental, I'm just like, what do I do with him?
So, Robin, you see there is a big rug on the floor, and that wouldn't be conductive, especially if it were also, well, yeah, it wouldn't be conductive if you rolled him up in that, and you would be able to restrain him that way.
Let's roll him up in the rug.
The rug?
Thumbs up.
It's non-conductive.
Okay, yeah, that could work.
Yeah, can I do that, or do I need to wait till my turn, or?
Oh no, we're out of combat.
Oh,
He's
sweet.
been neutralized.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in the rug, and
So before we roll him up, I'm going to also put in one of my extinguishing glyphs in there with him.
Okay. And just like trigger it, like if the rug gets unfurled.
If he seems like he's like getting bigger or he's gaining electricity, I'm going to detonate it.
All right, cool. All right. So you guys deal with that. You roll him up in the rug. You put the glyph in, and he's like, ugh. And it seems that this emergency hasn't I guess maybe it seems they're busy with other things tonight, or for whatever reason the police department isn't heading to you guys. When you correspond with them, Robin, they ask if you can just drop him off at the police department.
You want us to transport an energy-sucking being to the police station?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what the boss says. Thanks.
Oh, this can't be good.
Starfire, can you just carry the rug?
I can easily carry a rug, yes. I will take the rug, and then I will be at the police station.
It is wet.
So
yeah, I just
you
like
guys,
take it off, kind of just
Let's go
out.
outside.
You guys all head outside, and before anyone flies off to the police station at an undisclosed rate, you notice as you walk out, Cyborg, you notice that your car is gone.
No! Fuck you,
Commercial
Slade!
and then it goes to a commercial break.
Where's my car?
So you see that the car is gone, and lying on the ground where it was is also, as you were running away, you would have remembered to initiate the alarm, and that's why this is so shocking, because you see in the spot where it was, the steering wheel lock is lying on the ground, and also it seems that the alarm system has just been like ripped out of the bottom and is lying there disconnected as well.
No! What? My baby! My baby! I go and grab the alarm system. I failed you. I can't believe I failed you. We'll fix you. We'll fix you. And I start eagerly just tinkering with the alarm system. Come on. Come back to life.
I look at Cyborg having this reaction, and I look sort of confused, and I just say, "She left?"
You're a little confused. However, this does spark like an emotional reaction in you, Starfire. It particularly reminds you of one of the first experience, not something as serious as like when you were sold into slavery or whatever, but like it reminds you of when the loss that you felt when your favorite Zarnek was eaten by a rampaging Glorg.
Yeah,
and you can't help but remember the fact that, as everyone knows, once your Zarnek has been inside a Glorg, you do not want it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and recite that to Cyborg verbatim.
I look at him, say, "Me and my baby are gonna find mommy." And the alarm system looks up and nods its head.
Oh god. No, did you just like animate object or something?
Tiny servant, but yes.
Oh. It's like it's like shivering, and it's like father. It says it was those two hooligans with the shitty jackets.
They seemed so nice, affirming my masculinity. I will have vengeance. Robin, we need to find the car.
So you guys, Robin, you realize that like turning a villain into the police department is not so simple as the dispatcher said of dropping them off. You have to submit an incident report. You have to and do all that. So it's not just like Starfire can immediately fly there and just be done. It's like you need to be there as well and like submit the fact that yes, I as the leader of the superhero team was acting in legitimate legal authority and blah blah blah. It's like not super complicated, but it is paperwork. So you realize that you're worried about his car being stolen, but you guys, your priorities might not align.
No,
Cyborg,
no.
did you have any kind of tracking system on it?
Wait, do I?
That'd probably be the alarm.
Yeah, he says, yeah, and it's my new baby.
You have some thoughts, Cyborg, that punks around town, like you kind of think about it, you're like, the car scene, basically.
Yeah.
And where punk kids might go to try to show off a new ride that they just jacked or bought or whatever. There's basically this big burger place, which is just called Burger. And it's like a burger and shake place with waitresses that ride around on roller skates and stuff.
It's like, Robin, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to get a burger.
Beast Boy, Raven, can you make sure he gets his car back, but in the right way? I gotta go with Starfire and take care of Overload. And we'll meet you as soon as we can.
I guess.
Why didn't I work on that disintegration blast when I could?
Oh my goodness.
I sort of float down and I like flatten my back and I'm just like, hop on.
So I just kind of hop on piggyback style, very awkwardly, like
yeah, like I'm a flying carpet and you're just like standing on top,
just surfing on top.
I appreciate it, and then I activate my hover boots.
Well, no, this is to that was to Robin.
No, he took the wrong signal there.
No, this is my ride. Wait, just don't look into it too far.
I don't.
Cyborg, you can ride me, and I turn into an eagle.
I only wish for Robin to stand on top of me.
Beast Boy, I ride you all the time. That's why I created my own boots.
Okay, from what I understand, Beast Boy, you want Beast Boy and Raven to occupy or to join him. I will say this is totally a fine in character choice. However, if Charlie needs to dip out soon,
it's a good time.
Yeah, like so she might go with Robin and Starfire.
That's reasonable.
So real fast, should I have her carry the thing and me, and then Starfire can go with Cyborg?
Well, it's up to you how you want to split this up. You know that if on the off chance that somehow the villain weasels out, then the more of a number advantage you have against him is probably the better. So it's up to you how you want to split the team up.
Don't metagame it. I would say beyond like maybe taking Raven on our team. I don't know.
Yeah, I would do that, but
okay.
I mean, Raven, you seem.
I will also say if this becomes like a point of like in-game consideration and like prolonged like discussion by any metric, that Cyborg you will want to leave immediately.
Yes, I will.
That like that. The more time you spend,
like I'm giving them like 10 seconds before I start stomping off.
Right.
Raven may also have a pass to stand on top of me.
Starfire, you're pretty fast though. Maybe it would be better if you went with him, so that if the car does get away, you could catch up with it. Raven can carry the carpet, and we can bring it over there. I look at her as she's kind of like looks bored at this point.
Yeah, I actually perk up slightly, and like the rug starts to glow purple as like an offering. Because I don't care about this whole car thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get back as soon as I can. Keep me posted on where you guys are.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All
And
right.
I activate my hover boots and to
All
the
right.
burger joint.
You guys start flying off to Burger. Burger King for lettuce. No. You guys start flying off, looking around. This is one place that you think of, but it's not the only place, and it might not even be the first place on the way that you would check out Cyborg. So if you want to be thorough, then there might be one or two other locations, but this is where you'll end up.
Oh, I see. Well, where are the other places?
They're lesser places, but they are on the way,
Oh,
right? So you could double back and check them later, or you could just go straight to the burger.
I'll go to one of them before I get frustrated and go to burger.
Okay, sounds good. As you guys are, and then what's your fly speed, Cyborg?
I'm pretty sure it's just my move speed, which is currently I want to say it's 35.
All right.
Well, no, it's just it. Um,
Because they're like the boots, right? The flight
yeah,
boots.
35, and double that to 70 if I'm sprinting.
I mean, I can carry you.
I look at her and say, "All right, Starfire, you're faster than me. Let's do this. But we're gonna bust up in there, and you are. I want you to have a reign of glory about yourself. You're gonna be impressive."
Beast Boy, you can carry him.
I'm a giant eagle.
I just pick him up and I give him to Beast Boy.
All right, Beast Boy.
Okay, so Beast Boy's speed. What is Beast Boy's speed as Giant Eagle? 80 feet?
If I'm dashing, that's what, 80 plus 80?
What?
Yeah.
Fly speed of 80 feet, so.
Okay. So basically, if you guys are doing that, then getting to Burger, if you want to get there as a group, is a little well, I guess you get there at close to the same time, but also 120 plus dashing isn't at the actual limit for Starfire. Like, she'll fly around the town, but she doesn't necessarily know what she's looking for. Well, she knows she's looking for the car, but she doesn't know she doesn't know the scene as well as you do.
Yeah.
Cyborg.
Yeah, so I'm willing to slow down and follow.
Okay.
I
you guys,
I could get over the location of those the locations of those other places and just say, look around for the car.
Okay, so you guys want to maybe head to Burger while she checks out the other two spots?
That sounds good, and she can obviously catch up quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do my eagle eyes see?
All right, you are looking around with your eagle eyes, and you see the Burger in the distance.
Burger.
And you fly to that. So you guys land, and Cyborg, you stomp over to the area, past people with their cars pulled up, and waitresses who are rolling around on their rollerblades. And you look around, you know that this is the place. You see someone talking to a waitress. It seems there's this guy that's flirting and with her, and you hear him bring up, he's like, yeah man, it was the sickest ride I've ever seen. And this person does have slicked back hair with a black leather jacket.
I tell Beast Boy, tail that guy. And then I step out into the crowd and I boom my voice and say, ladies and gentlemen, your cars are your babies, are they not? You pour thousands of dollars, your heart, Your soul.
Hey man, this is 2003. We ain't got that much money.
Crap, hundreds of dollars into your heart and soul into these things. They are your life. They are a representation of everything that you are. And if someone was going to take that, it would be like stealing the soul out of your own body.
And I changed into Beast Boy, and I'm like, yeah, his baby was kidnapped.
I protect an image of the two people. I saw. I'm looking for these two people who I'm pretty sure jacked the finest ride around. And if you want to lust and swoon over my baby when I get it back, I'd really like.
Hey man, I don't want to lust at your baby.
Well, this is my baby.
Roll a charisma check. roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, I have that. Okay. Yeah. Flash of Ingenious. Awesome.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm 13, and I do this while projecting an image of these people and being like, I'm pretty darn sure these people jacked my ride, and I'm after it.
So, interesting, you chose persuasion to the group instead of intimidation towards an individual in the episode. Anyway, you roll a 13. For a 13, some people are listening. One of the waitresses, she gets confused when Beast Boy says something about kidnapping a baby. And so she's like really concerned for a moment. But then everyone else is just sort of like, it's just like, I don't know, man.
Look,
they kind of go back to their business.
I hold up the alarm system and they say, look, that all they left is a piece, our alarm system, and as glorious as it is,
you see the guy. He's not one of the two people who you saw before. He has like freckles on his face, but he starts kind of like nervously, kind of like backing away.
All right, if I'm not rousing support, I'm going that way.
All right, so you see him start to move away, and you just start stomping over him.
I say, good. I stomp over. Good sir, you.
So you basically have one question for this man, and you're looking for the people.
Yes.
But you know that more so than the people bragging about having a nice car is that'll leave an impression. It's the car itself.
Yeah.
So you want to ask for a tricked out hardtop with a growl that'll make your teeth shake. In car lingo.
All right. I go over. Sir, I have a tricked out hard something with it's got 100,000 horses and tricked out rims and a bachelor pad on the inside. This thing pumps.
Please don't pump me, man.
He's like, oh, okay.
I turn into a horse for emphasis.
You don't want to be pumped. You don't want to be pumped. Boy, somebody's getting pumped today. And if I can't find the people who need the pumping, it might be you.
So about this time, after checking a couple, one was like a racing scene, which you probably struggled really hard not to move away from Starfire, considering your pop culture interests.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just like some like warehouse district. But like you show back up now and you see Cyborg and Beast Boy as a horse, being all intimidating to this guy who's just kind of like cowering on the ground.
Yeah, I'm just like Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, just like running in circles and then just like pawing at this guy.
I get in between them and their victim, and I'm like, stop! Is this not the United States? Do we not have trials here?
I look at Starfire and I say, trials? We don't do trials around here. All right.
The guy just starts. Oh,
I know you know these people. Now start talking.
He goes, all right, yeah. I mean, tricked out hardtop, I think you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy and Cash cruised by in a car like that. Looked really cool with those flames they painted on it.
Flames? Why isn't it lightning bolts? Okay. Sammy and what was the other thing's name?
Cash.
Sammy and Cash. Gosh, those are annoying names. All right, look.
Yeah, they're kind of dipshits, to be honest.
Yeah, that was my first impression. All right, I want to talk to these people. Where should I start?
He says, well, they said they were looking to race, so they headed to Crash Alley.
Crash?
And your mind and heart just drops to your stomach. You know Crash Alley. Crash Alley Raceway, to be precise. It's where cars go to win hella cash or die.
Gosh, I've got to stop it before my amazing ride makes all the cash.
I turn into a warhorse and I try and get Cyborg to get on me so that we can run off to the.
Weird. All right.
And I just I slowly trail behind.
I didn't. I'm annoyed that I didn't create the proper infusions for terror today, but oh well.
All right. So, you guys are heading to Crash Alley Raceway. You guys race over there as fast as you can. And when you arrive, what you see is a big orange energy bubble.
What?
And floating in it is Sammy and Cash, just kind of like suspended there in the air.
Does it look like
you can tell from your sensor reading, Cyborg, that you wouldn't be hurt if you touched it. It's just like a passive field, but it creates a telekinetic lift for the objects inside.
Does it look like it's their shield or somebody put it on them?
No, they look like they're hanging there like uselessly.
Do I see uselessly, like they okay. Do I see my vehicle?
You do not.
So they're literally just no, they look like they're there involuntarily, maybe.
Yeah,
they're in the middle of the raceway. So you guys like enter through the entrance and you're in the stands and you see them like floating in a bubble there, and you can go out onto the racetrack and deal with them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing that. I go out onto the racetrack and approach those suckers. I'm hovering towards them, not stomping. In glorious, I'm lighting up several pieces of my body to look glorious.
All right, so you're floating in, and they're like not quite facing you, and they're like, "Man, that sucked. Yeah, who was that guy?" And then they turn and look at you, and they go, "Ah!"
Hello.
Do you want to pull them out of the bubble or just leave them in there like that?
I'm not going to pull them out yet. I'm going to crack my knuckles and say,
"Oh,
gentlemen."
Okay.
Talk.
So go ahead and roll an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay, that is a 23.
Okay, absolutely. So they're like, ugh. And so what did you say to them?
Talk.
He goes, well, they kind of look at each other like, we raced your car.
And?
Well, Sammy goes, well, you see, we sort of lost it in a race.
Lost it in a race. To whom?
He goes, Cash goes, don't get the wrong idea. We beat him easy. She handled like a dream.
Of course she did. I pull out my baby. I'm like, look at this. Look at this. It's all that
It
you
starts
left.
crying.
It's
It
crying.
starts crying. It's like, oh, why did you steal my mother? And Sammy kind of like tears up a little bit.
All right, Tet. I say, tell me who did this, and I might go easy on you when the fists
He goes,
come out.
Sammy goes, it was a dude named Gizmo. Said something about a getaway car and headed downtown.
It's not even here anymore, you say?
Yeah, he jacked it after we beat him.
And what's gonna happen to you in this bubble?
They're like, they kind of look around. There's like you kind of look around, you see like raceway security like start like radioing. They're like, we might go to the slammer.
Yeah, I look at it and say, yeah. All right. You're not worth my time. I'm go headed downtown. Anything else you know about these people? This Gizmo, where he would be going?
You know who Gizmo is.
Oh, I do.
He's the little annoying bastard. Like, you probably know way more about Gizmo.
We've encountered him. He's the one who put a rocket on your back and shot you into the sky.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Gizmo.
I was really scared for a second that Cyborg was going to murder these guys.
Oh. Oh, you have no idea. You see, if it wasn't for the absolute pounding, I'm going to need to build up my aggression against this guy too. You boys would be hurting so
They're crying.
I turn and I fly down to security and I look at them and say, "Hey, those two suckers stole that vehicle. If you're gonna prosecute, call me."
All right, I'll try to pull them down from the bubble and get the police here.
You better. And
I was like, I have the communicator in my hand, and I was like on the verge of like calling Robin, and I just like put it away, just waiting to see if something's happening.
Yeah.
And
so,
I'm like, it's time to go downtown, ladies. The Beast Boy would, sir.
Downtown.
And I go down and down.
All right, so you guys are jetting off to go downtown.
Yep.
All right. You guys, as you're flying away, you see the security guard kind of walk over and like reach up to the bubble and start like tugging on one of their legs, but then you quickly fly out of sight.
All right, let's go.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So, Cyborg.
Yes.
You heard about Gizmo. You know about Gizmo.
Yes.
And the kind of antics he gets up to. And you heard them retell that they said something about a getaway car.
Yeah.
So you think that Gizmo might be committing some crimes, maybe jacking some banks, hacking some ATMs, things that you would do if you were a piece of shit.
And
had the know-how like you do and like Gizmo does.
I actually do go ahead and radio Robin and be like, looks like somebody might be using my vehicle as a getaway car in downtown. If you hear of any chatter of theft or robbery, let me know immediately.
10-4.
You say as you're like filling out paperwork.
Yeah, I'm like, I just kind of feel like Robin kind of just lifts it up as he's like almost falling asleep on the paperwork, answers back, puts it back down, and like goes back.
Hey, do you have any more of those grenades, Robin?
I mean, yes. How bad did this get, Cyborg?
Well, somebody stole my ride.
You're going to blow it up?
No, they just stole it.
So, what do you need a grenade for?
Because it's Gizmo.
Wouldn't an EMP work better?
For
I will say,
him.
I will say, Robin, when he says that to you, there's sort of like a point, like Gizmo's records like are a little vague. You know that he's been in and out of juvie for a good amount of time, but like people couldn't really pin down whether he was like a gnome or like a child.
No one was really sure.
If he's stealing cars, he's definitely a gnome. So
well, okay. Technically, he didn't steal. Wait, no, he did. Yeah, he stole it off those guys, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a thief. Oh, yeah. You should tell the cops all about that. All right. Well, disabling them would work, but grenades are cooler. I'll talk to you later, Robin.
Cyborg?
No, it's okay. There'll still be pieces of them left.
Coming from someone who goes overboard, please use restraint.
Oh, I'll use restraints.
Kinky.
Starfire's communicator goes off.
Yeah, I pick it up right away.
Can you make sure he doesn't kill anybody?
Yes, I'm considering that my primary mission.
Thank you.
All right, Starfire. He doesn't need legs.
Well, we will see about that, Cyborg.
Beast Boy's getting a little scared.
All right, so you guys are headed downtown, and you're flying over. There are a few banks. There's kind of like a little area where there's a couple banks nearest by, and then there are more banks scattered around throughout the downtown area.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hit are you going to the nearest one, or are you like searching in a different pattern? And are you going together, or are you splitting up to hit more banks at once?
I think we should split up.
Wait, we're trying to find him?
Yes.
There's a few banks to look for. There's like one that's like closest to where you guys are.
I can
to like closest to the raceway. You can find him what?
In 10 minutes.
Oh, which one is that? Locate creature.
Scrying.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh my god.
Please,
is true.
Please scry. Yes, that's what I want.
I've never done this before. It's Hokey Druid magic. Let's give it a go.
Find a puddle on the ground.
You can see and hear a particular creature you choose is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If the target knows you're casting this spell, it can fail a saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. So scrying, okay, you have met the target. Yeah, you have met the target.
Yeah.
So there's it's a neutral modifier. The and then connection is likeness or picture, possession or garment, body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like. So you can get. Oh, okay. So that's if you've never met. Okay, never mind. So he gets to roll a wisdom saving throw. Let me look at his thing.
Ew.
Okay. Since he's a gnome in this universe, he actually does get advantage on saves against magic and wisdom saves. So he will roll that. I will roll that in secret. Okay. So I assume it'd be your spell save. So
Is it my spell DC?
I think so, and then it can be modified by certain things. Firsthand, you've met the target. I wouldn't say that you know the target well, so you aren't reducing the DC by 5, but it is just going to be your spell save DC that he has to save against. On a successful save, the target isn't affected, and you can't blah. Okay, all right. So he will make the save. He gets to do it at advantage because, like I said, so this image shimmers in. You can see you create an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target, and you can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. So that's a 10-minute duration. Yeah. And a creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. So instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before as a target of the spell. And okay, so you see, you have this perspective looking in like 10 feet away from the windshield, and you see Gizmo. He's like, those. He's like, he's like, those. He's like, those stupid grease monkeys. And the car is driving right now, and then it stops. And as he pulls into some kind of drive-in area in a bank, and you can see from where the sensor is that he is at an ATM, and he starts connecting wires and things to it, and he pulls off a panel and starts rewiring things. He's like, stupid butt sniffers, I'm gonna make a load of cash now. And he's begun to hack an ATM for this drive-through area of a bank. And he gets out of the car and he starts rigging up this like funnel to like the area where like the money like goes through those tubes. He cuts it off with like a plasma torch, and he starts like feeding this tube in, and like he's basically gonna he starts hacking the ATM, and it starts funneling through like what's it called, through the roof, which like opens up in Cyborg's car. He starts funneling it into the back of the car. He's like, this thing actually has a lot of storage space, more than I expected. And he starts funneling money into the car, and you do see on the ATM the symbol. Oh yes, of course. You think you know where this is. This is bank. And you're like, so yeah, you can let your friends know if you'd like.
Yo, he's robbing bank.
Can I be there now? Can I be at the car now?
Yeah, he's totally robbing bank.
All right.
Okay, here's the question. Do you want to break the sound barrier within city limits, Starfire? Is that what you want to do right now?
Would that be bad?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, that would be bad.
Like, guys,
I won't break the sound barrier. I'll go my normal fly speed.
I want
Right.
I want to approach from two directions. You guys approach from the front of the vehicle and distract him. Got it? And I'll come from the other side.
Okay.
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 All right.
I mean, I'll pick up the car if the car is sitting in front of me.
But... I mean, that would work. If you just picked up the car and flew it home, that's also a good idea.
Do you have a way to activate the locks like remotely so we can just lock him in?
It depends on if he's inside the car or not.
He was in when I was looking.
Locking him out would also be helpful.
He also has a lot of money in there with him.
So for whatever reason in the episode, even though it's integrated into your systems and you can literally feel the road when you drive, it's like it seems that you didn't like focus on anything more useful other than the aesthetic experience of that fact, like be like, oh yeah, my engine's running and it feels like it's my engine. You didn't like do anything like press this button and the car will come to me, which seems like kind of like
we're gonna have to fix
obvious.
That. I say,
yeah. Now it's very obvious. You're like, I need to put better security into this whole situation.
Starfire, you use that as a backup plan if everything devolves into garbage. But let's approach it the normal way.
Okay, so, you guys get to the bank and you fly off into corners to approach the area. So I would like to know y'all's general game plans, and if it involves stealth, then I'm going to need stealth checks from each of you.
Mine is going to start by involving the blink spell.
Okay. So you are blinking in and out of reality like some horrific monster?
I am going to blink inside my vehicle.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We'll get to that.
Wait, is that how blink works?
It can work that way.
I think in the like the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you blink in and out of the ethereal plane.
Don't you have to roll dice to see if you
do
get out though?
Yeah, at the end of each turn.
Yeah.
It's also it lasts for a minute. It's not concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can drop a spell whenever you want, but
yeah, that is part of the question. Can I just drop it? Yeah. But if I when I get in there, you can dismiss the spell as an action. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's going to be part of your plan. Beast Boy and Starfire, what are you doing coming in from the other direction?
I think I want to block the road as a triceratops, maybe?
Okay.
I seriously don't see a disadvantage to hasting myself and then just getting there and picking up the car. Like what's it gonna do?
Okay. Idea.
Like, what's it gonna do? Like, drive faster than me? Like, I can move at a hasted speed.
I think that's a good idea. You come from behind and like pick it up from behind, and I'll like.
Yeah. Will I break the sound barrier if I do that?
No.
Okay.
Haste is magic, so it helps you utilize super speed in its legitimate sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to haste myself.
Okay. All right. So I guess the question is while you guys are doing all these things and you're positioning yourself, if he spots you while you guys are flying in and getting to your positions and then rushing him or doing whatever you're doing. So now he is distracted, so he's going to make the check at disadvantage. But he's going to roll perception.
Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to turn into a triceratops until I see Cyborg in position. Until I see if he's going to like drive away.
Okay, so you basically stop at like the exit around it goes around the corner and then like there's an exit that leads onto the street and you can like block the street.
Yeah.
And then be ready to turn into a triceratops. All right, cool. Sounds good. And then you are just gonna fly down and then like haste forward, and then you, Cyborg, are gonna kind of come in from the back and while blinking in and out of existence, and hopefully you can use the blink to get into the car.
That's yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna need each of you guys to make stealth checks.
Okay.
21.
I'm gonna use one of my luck points. Okay, I got a 17.
18.
All right.
18.
All right. I'm gonna roll his perception. Okay, interesting. So, we'll go to Gizmo's perspective for this scene. Gizmo is in there, and he is sitting in the car, and he has his feet. He's kind of like he has this gadget set up. Well, it's basically a booster seat, and like these like extenders. Like it's basically the setup for like when people with dwarfism like need to drive a truck, which I've actually seen before. But but he's got that situation, but it also kind of looks like a booster seat, and he is sitting in there, and he's like playing on this, like he's got this controller hooked up to a port in the car, and he has instead of the steering wheel because that's too big for him. But as he's like lying there, he's kind of like lounging down, and so if I remember the plan correctly, you're blinking in, Cyborg, and you are gonna rush and try to grab the car, Starfire.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so he's like lounging down. He's kind of like angled so that he's kind of looking up out of the windshield. He's like,
He's like, this is like taking candy from a stupid baby.
and then he kind of sees this streak of like green, like, you know, pass under pass near one of the lights. He goes, huh? What the heck is that? He kind of straightens up a little bit. And then as soon as he does that, like, you hit the front of the car, Starfire. You like boom in, and like the car shakes as you like grab the front of it.
Yeah.
Like, boom. And then he's like, ah! And then he like turns and he like looks around, and blinking in from non-existence, like it was not there before, is Cyborg standing at the left side window just outside.
Oh, I
of the
can't be
car.
inside of it?
Not quite yet, because he was a little bit teed off, because his perception check was 19 versus Beast Boy's 17 for stealth. He wasn't fully surprised, but he is in this vulnerable position when this starts. So
I'm just standing there breathing heavily, watching.
So I guess the only fair way to do this is initiative. Then if he hits the controls before you like teleport in or like lift the car up or do something like that.
16.
Okay.
19.
21.
21 for Starfire. A7. So he's kind of fucked. Starfire, you are at the car, you have your hands on the car, and you get to go first. What would you like to do?
I want to pick up the car and like lift it into the sky.
Okay. Well, I don't know how. I don't think it's a contested check. I mean, he's gonna start trying to drive away, but like that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
so,
there's no friction. You know, there's no room to drive on if the thing is in the air.
All right, so
baby.
you pick up the car, and you're picking it up from the front because that was the direction it came in from, right?
Yep.
Like,
so you grab it, and as you start to pick it up, your fingers do press into the metal a little bit, to your horror, Cyborg. And you pick it up from the front first, and the back end of the car swings up and hits the like roof of the drive-in area. and Gizmo is screaming, and Cyborg, I assume, is probably also screaming.
It's a sunk cost at this point. I just gotta keep going.
Yes.
All right. So picking up the object, I guess I'd call well, this is interesting. Technically an item interaction is a bonus action. So you have the car, I'd say you could still do something to the car with an action or move if you want to. Although now, as you lift it up to try to shift to get underneath the car, you do slam the back end of the car up into the roof.
What if you
right,
shrink
into
the car?
Oh my God.
Wait, hold up. So the car's stuck right now. Am I getting that right?
No, it's not stuck. It's like when you lift it up, you damage the back end of it, and then you can, if you want to reposition yourself, you can like be lifting it from below, or you can just keep be lifting it from the front of the car.
Is Gizmo's not in the car, right?
No, he is in the car.
Oh no, okay, so that would kill him if I reduce the size. I think that would kill him.
I mean, I will say it is large size. The car is definitely at least large in size, and Gizmo is small in size. And if you reduced it a size category, it would become medium in size.
I was sent on this mission specifically to make sure nobody was killed. So like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna like risk that, but I am going to. Yes, I am going to carry the car 120 feet into the air.
Okay, so you have to move it out a little bit to not be under the roof anymore, and then unless you just want to crush him against the ceiling, but yeah, and then fly up. I would say you can move. It would be like 10 feet to get out from under the thing.
Yeah,
and then you can fly up 120 feet.
Yeah,
now,
no, I've seen Superman do this. No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I pull it up.
He's like, ah! And Cyborg, you also see it start flying up into the air. with
the plan!
All right, Beast Boy, you're positioned where you were to block the exit from the ground. Do you want to fly up there or just stay put?
Yeah, I didn't expect her to just rush the car up into the sky that fast. So I was about to like turn into a triceratops, but I just end up just like walking forward and just watching her just like push this car into the sky, and I'm just like, what? And I'm like, she got it, I guess. I'm on the ground with Cyborg. I guess I'll. I don't know. I guess I'll see what he wants to do.
Like Alexander the Great before me, I cut the Gordian knot with a sword.
What? Okay. Cyborg, it is your turn. Starfire has the car up in the air with her.
Well, if he can fly, right?
He can fly, yes. The car has hover suspension, which you know from that height might cushion a fall if it were to fall from that height. But it would take some damage, which, pains you.
Am I still blinking?
You still have blink on, so you are like, I assume you're looking up at the car,
still
wondering what to do.
I could still go with
that's at the end of your turn.
I know. I could still go with the original plan, get as close to my car, and as soon as I go with Ariel, get inside.
Okay, so you assuming that happens, so if you want to move, you need a flight speed, so I assume you have your boots,
yes.
Right? Do those take like a bonus action or something to activate?
No, they're already activated.
Okay, cool. So you just you rock it up. Now so Starfire, you kind of said you wanted to move as high up as you could, so it's 110 feet. So
it's okay. I can get halfway. There's what I need.
Okay, and then let's see if so you get 60 feet there, and then go ahead and roll the d20 to see.
I'm invisible.
You blink, and you will reappear 10 feet closer to the car at the beginning of your turn, right?
What the fuck is happening?
No. The next turn, I make another check to see if I return.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So I can, in my next turn, I can fly up there regardless of what plane of existence I am on.
Well, we'll see. It is now his turn. Okay.
But he can't see me.
Starfire.
I'm gone.
No, he doesn't know where you are. Well, yeah, and you're coming in from a lower angle, so I don't think he has a range of vision on you to even see you go invisible. So, all right. So, Starfire, it's not your turn, it's his turn, but from your perspective, suddenly the wheels shift into these like energy projecting like these hover like units, and you do feel resistance as the car starts to drive and try to drive off of you. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check. Yeah, versus his a strength check. Yeah, versus the car.
Can that be athletics?
I guess it would be contested. I don't know exactly what the stats should be, so I'm going to say that on base it's going to at least be like you and Cyborg, because it's built with like Cyborg's like components and like hardware. So I'm gonna say, what are your stats to strength, Cyborg, including any special abilities you have to increase like athletics checks or whatever, like from armor or infusions or anything.
So basically, what would be my athletics check be?
Yeah. If you were really trying to win it,
that would be a plus 15.
It would be a plus 15 for me too if I used athletics.
Okay, cool. So basically, with you using all the advancements you can, you would probably put the same amount of love into your car, so that it had more power than anything else in the road. Also, this fucking thing has 100,000 horsepower.
That's a fucking lot of horses.
Do you know what 10,000 horsepower can do? 10,000 horsepower can get up to 300 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in like 3 or 4 seconds, I think.
It's one of those things where like in the wiki, like whoever wrote the wiki was commenting about how the theoretical potential of the car being ridiculous, but it's mostly untested and weird. So I think that this is a fair compromise to say it's like Cyborg versus you.
Yeah.
So both of you guys roll contested athletic checks, although it's not really Cyborg, it's the car.
24 for start.
35, natural 20.
Jesus.
Okay, you're holding up the car kind of like by the edges and lifting it.
Yeah.
And you have a grip on it, and the wheels shift into these things, and it's like your arms like almost hurt as like your shoulder almost like gets pulled out of socket as the car just like and it like takes off like a jet and rips away from you.
Oh no.
And it starts plummeting. Now it doesn't have the same lift as a full fly speed, so it starts plummeting down towards the ground, but over Beast Boy and onto the street, and it like crashes down into the ground, but like bounces back up with the air cushion it's creating, like with the all-terrain hover
Okay,
mode.
so Gizmo
And starts
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and starts zooming off down the road. Okay. Are you guys?
Jesus!
Now this is a chase now.
I throw my baby at Starfire and say, "Take."
You're in the ethereal realm right now.
Oh right. I'm just out of existence, just yelling at what's going on. Ah! No!
And you guys, even though you were intimidated about what he might do, this is Cyborg's car, so like maybe the two of you were kind of like, oh, you trust him to take the lead on it a little bit until he proves that he's homicidal or something.
Yeah.
But now you don't see Cyborg anywhere.
Yeah.
So, the three of you, like, how are you guys pursuing the situation? And because you're intangible right now, Cyborg, you can't you can't grab on. So the chase begins. you guys can all kind of act on your own, like negotiate like who's going first. But basically it's a semi-cinematic like chase with like whatever checks or things need to happen in between. So yeah, now Cyborg, you are in the ethereal realm, so you're not going to be able to like, until you come out of it, you're not going to be able uh to like grab onto
Right.
like starfires to increase your speed to catch up to the car or whatever. You only have the power of your own propulsion while in the realm.
Okay, so I know I asked this question a lot, but I'm moving 240 like feet per
Right.
6 seconds. How much faster is this thing going?
It's pretty damn fast. Like I said, it's operating off of the theoretical like limits of a car that has like 100,000 horsepower. So it's like, it's fast. It's ripping down the street, but you can also rip down the street. It's just to like, you don't want to like lose like control of momentum and slam into someone's house.
Yeah.
Or like their apartment. Like,
yeah,
that's your concern. He doesn't seem to have that concern. He's like is at equal risk of doing that.
Yeah,
but he doesn't seem to have that concern.
I am hasted, so
Yes. So I would say you'd be able to easily like catch up to the car and try to influence it, with a grapple check or something like that. But basically, yeah, it's basically going to be like saving throw checks or grapple checks, probably opposed by his active driving rolls.
Okay.
So that's kind of how things are going to go down, unless you guys come up with more creative solutions.
Yeah, sorry to just jump in and take point, guys. Like I'm just
No, they're good.
I don't think I can catch up to it.
Me either. I first need to check to see whether I disapparate. Oh yeah, I switch back to physical.
Okay, cool.
And yeah.
So I would assume
I
that
thought
in whatever
happens
you're
automatically on his turn, like when it starts.
Well, the check start happens.
Well,
No,
at
the
the
check
start of your next
at the end of
turn.
your turn.
No, at the start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of the space you vanished from.
And when the spell ends.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
At the start of your turn, you pop back into reality.
It doesn't say or. It says and, which means both have to happen, I think.
No.
Okay, let me read this. Roll a d20 at the end of each of your turns for the duration of the spell. On a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from your current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane. The spell fails, and the casting is wasted if you're already on the plane. At the start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane. At the start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane. Well, I guess you would be. You return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet.
It always ropes you back on your turn, so that way you can make like attacks if you need to, or like.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced, but I'll go with whatever the DM decides.
That's how I've used it in the past.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's more of you don't. Like, it's more of a question if you're going to blink out every turn than come back.
It's a way of avoiding getting like attacked by like a bunch of things like on their turns.
And also,
it's like a shield type thing.
Also, it's like specifically says like if the spell ends, it's not like you're getting trapped in the ethereal plane. You come back.
Yeah,
right. That's what I think it is.
Right. Well, I have heard it done in podcasts like Critical Role, and I don't think they ruled it the way that you did, that you're thinking, Johnny.
Okay.
I can see where the confusion is, but I think the nebulous internet leans towards you do come back, but the potential disadvantage for blink is that you could blink out when it's not convenient.
Right.
Like you're trying to catch a guy and you hit him, but you're also trying to avoid being hit. So you blink out, and that's good because he can't hit you back, but it's also bad because now you can't like use your sentinel reaction to hit him when he
Right.
tries to run away or something. So you can fuck yourself in certain circumstances using blank.
I can fuck myself in many circumstances, but
Oh, interesting. So yeah, I think that's how I'll rule it. But it does give you another 10 feet of movement
hey,
and potential to phase through the car. Now, you guys are all ripping down the road afterward. I would say that Starfire is absolutely close on the tail of the car. However, and Beast Boy, with your like fast eagle forms or whatever your fastest forms are, you you are trailing behind, but you can keep it within visual range.
My fastest would probably be air elemental because I have like a fly speed of 90 feet. So that's probably
cool.
the fastest thing I have. Or there might be a bird that can fly that fast, but I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
Okay. So for Cyborg, if considering any buffs or any spells you have, how much can you increase your speed on your own?
I can. The fastest I can go, because I'm already going 70 around. I can pump in a long strider into that. And I believe that just gives me a flat 10. Well, so yeah, 10 feet for an hour. So that's 45 times.
And
I can get to 90.
Yeah, and you can sort of port 10 feet when you come out of blink.
Right.
So you'll be occasionally getting another 10 feet on top of whatever that was. So 90, so you can actually kind of keep up with the fly speed of I think dashing the air elemental is faster than you.
Right.
But you would be lagging a little bit behind the air elemental.
Right.
Beast Boy. All right. So you guys start zooming out afterward. All right. Also, I'll just say for your information, Cyborg, that you did catch a glimpse of the inside of the car, and you saw that Gizmo put some fuzzy dice on the rear view mirror, which you kind of find tacky and stereotypical.
At least go for the testicles in the rear.
Okay. All right. We are skipping the. We're skipping. The situation is much more dire for Gizmo than funny.
Yes.
So he's gonna skip the nearby car wash and just go to the next thing. All right. He's zooming down the road, and you guys are zooming after him. He is heading towards a construction zone. So if you would like to do something to the car before he for this first instance, Starfire, you can.
The player in me just wants to like rip off one of the wheels or something. But I know that's not what is the right thing to do here in character.
Right.
I think, are the windows open or are they closed?
They are currently closed.
Can't just break them.
The fastest bird in the world is the peregrine falcon.
Yes, that is.
There is no stat block for a peregrine falcon, but I found a made-up one, and its fly speed is 130 feet.
Oh, can I snag the front of his car with Big B's hand?
Ooh.
Yes. You could even. I think it has like interposing hand or something.
Yeah. Let
like
me actually look that up.
You could actually basically apply like a speed brake to him.
That's what I want to do. I'm going to conjure Big B's hand, and is it? Oh wait, grasping hand. Oh, interposing hand. The hand interposes itself between you and a creature you choose until you give the hand a different command. The hand moves to stay between you and the target. So yeah, I think I want to. Can I get in front of him and do that?
Yes, or I think you can just cast the hand in front of him.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Cool. All right, so you cast the hand right in front of the car, and it starts pushing back against the car. The front of the car, the bumper, and part of the hood starts to compress and bend a little bit against the hand.
Mhm.
Now, I guess seeing if he doesn't just like push through the hand and like blast pat over the hand or something, is because the hand can do athletics checks, and I think it uses your athletics.
I believe so.
correct?
Wait, no, let me just double check. Actually, it has no. Actually, it has its own strength. Its strength is plus 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a contested thing again, athletics again, with the power of the car versus the hand.
Oh, okay. So
to see each turn if it successfully reduces the speed or if it gets like pushed forward.
Okay, so are you giving the hand proficiency in athletics?
Well, it said it's strength plus 8.
Yeah.
No, because and kind of because I want to buff Bigby's hand, but specifically only for like Green Lanterns. so yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay, and so it's gonna be it's a 15 from the car.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or for the athletics check.
Athletic car.
With all the nonsense that but he'd get to go.
Yeah.
24. This is supposed to be a hard thing to overcome.
Yeah. No, I know.
So at this point, the hand is there and it's pressing against the car, but the car is pushing forward, and it's slowed a tiny bit, but not fully.
Right.
But it's doing that as a consistent effort might could pay off over time.
Okay, as a free action, just an interaction, can I just be casually flying next to the car and like be tapping on the window, like asking Gizmo to like open it?
So you want him to roll it down?
Yeah.
He goes, he kind of looks at you like he does not want to roll the window down while this strong lady is flying outside next to it, and he just kind of like he sticks his tongue out as he puts his face like against the window, like with his like tongue stuck out but also like pressed against the window, and also starts like dragging his tongue and like his snotty nose all over the window.
Ah!
Okay. Also, the car has shifted back to normal terrain mode, so they can get more traction against the hand and such. So the other two of you are pursuing. Cyborg, have you come back to the material plane yet?
Well, judging by the ruling,
so you do at the end of your turn.
You did well. No, you come back at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
So
if you would
like a defensive spell, it allows you to sometimes be pretty much completely immune, but you still act in the material plane every turn.
Okay. So you are flying, and Beast Boy, you're flying a bit ahead of him. You could lag back a bit when he comes back in to the material plane, so that he could grab onto you if you guys want, and then you'd have the advantage of being held on to the faster creature. Although, like, grabbing on... Now I'm, like, grabbing onto an air elemental. That's kind of weird, but I think I'd allow it. Because you can hit it.
I can blow him forward. I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of, like, get caught up in the gust of wind, is what I would say.
Yeah.
However, if you keep blink on, you'll blink out of that.
Maybe.
But yeah. Maybe. Yeah, you might phase through.
I can use... he's carrying me. I'll just use my action to discard the spell.
Okay. So you get caught up in the gust of green, wispy wind creature, and you guys zoom off at a faster rate after the car. You can see Starfire trying to... It's slowed down a little bit. Now, this is the point when it hits a construction zone. and it like goes over this like dirt gravel area, and all this dirt is getting up in the car and on the sides of the car, and yeah, it's it's messing up the paint job. There's rocks probably dinging off the windshield and stuff. It's a regular old Jackson, Mississippi situation
I hate everything.
with the car. Okay, now we'll go into the next portion. The car zooms forward. You guys have another opportunity to each try to do something if you have a way to get closer to the car than you were before, or to do more to the car. So what would you guys like to do?
Ooh.
I don't think I can overcome it with my speed as an air elemental, so I think I'm still just chasing it.
Vortex warp.
Okay. Vortex warp. What's the range of that?
The range of that, well, assuming I'm close enough, it's 90 feet.
Oh yeah, I think so.
It must make a Constitution saving throw, which I'm sure that this little shrimp has plenty of.
Okay, so that is going to get into the specifics of things of what you're targeting. Because if you're so is it a target you see?
I think I should warp myself into it.
Okay, you can do that too. Now, here's the thing: you can't see. So the only non-valid target in this situation is, it has to be a creature, so you can't do the car.
Right.
But you can do yourself, but you can't do Gizmo because you can't see Gizmo.
Right. I think teleporting myself into the car is the ideal situation.
Okay. The target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. You can't see the inside of the car currently.
Oh, tinted windows.
The windows are kind of tinted, and I would say you definitely can't see like the empty like back or like front seat really.
Okay, well,
but you can get yourself like on top of the roof.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna get myself on top of the roof, actually on the windshield, so I'm just staring at it.
Okay. Suddenly, there's this twisting, singularity, and you teleport over onto the front, like over the windshield, and he goes, "Ah!" He screams. He's like,
"Ah! What are you doing, you butt munch?"
Pull over!
All right, are you just continuing to try to slow the car with Bigby's hand?
I have another thing also.
Yeah.
I also, I am gonna do that. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, if you'd like to try to significantly slow it.
Yeah. As long as I can also do another action with that.
Yes.
I think that's your bonus action. So
Okay. Oh, that's a 9. Unfortunately, I rolled in that one.
Ooh,
Oof.
no.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't do great, but wow, it rolled a 2, but it's a 17.
Jeez.
So, unfortunately, the car keeps chugging through. The tires are like actively burning, like there's smoke coming off as it pushes through. But it's like, and the hand starts to it's like straining. You can actually see like these veins in the wrist of the hand, like forming. As it's, and you could swear if it were a person, there'd be like one of those like beads, like anime beads of sweat coming off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this
Does
is
the
not
hand
great.
look like Starfire's hand, or does it look like just a generic hand?
I don't know. I haven't thought
I
about
assume
it.
it looks like Bigby's hand.
Yeah,
whoever that
Bigby's-
is.
Bigby's hand.
It belongs to him. I don't
Belongs to Bigby.
I don't know who the hell he is, but
Yeah, I assume it's like pink or whatever.
Yeah, I imagine sort of. Well, maybe it would be not green. I don't know. I don't think we can design it right now. But
Sorry.
I am going to cast sleep on Gizmo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So you look at him, and there's this this. Okay. So this is interesting. So what kind of save is that?
That is a.
not
So
a save.
actually, It's not a save. I roll 5d8s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I roll
So
a bunch
go
of
ahead and-
d8s to see if I cover his hit points, basically.
Okay, yeah, correct.
What
So go
level
ahead and
are you
roll
casting
5d.
that?
I'm casting it as a 5th level spell.
Ooh.
Oh,
So-
interesting.
So that means I give an additional 4. An additional 4 dice. So
Okay.
that's 9d8.
I don't know what his hit points are.
Me neither. I'm
He's kind of low.
kind of hoping they're not a lot because he's just a little boy. So
He's just a little
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's just a little guy.
Oh my god. Okay.
do you want me to hold back? Do you want me to not use this?
No. Do what you do.
90.
Like slay queen, even if literally.
That's 42.
That is one less than you needed.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, he looks like really drowsy, but he's like, "Hey, what are you trying to do, you stupid bitch?"
He falls asleep at the wheel, so he crashes and dies.
I would catch
It's
the
like-
car.
Oh, that's fair.
Like the car kind of like wobbles, like as he like straightens it up. He's like, "Ah, what are you trying to do? You're gonna get us killed."
Now a little bit
Exactly.
with a little bit more determination in my face, I tap on the windshield. I tap on the window.
He was like, "No, go away." Um,
Am I fast enough
So-
to get onto the car, or am I still trailing behind?
I would say the determination for that is basically if the hand successfully pushes like
And
reduces
it
its
hasn't
speed.
been.
And it hasn't yet.
Gotcha.
So, okay, so with that, you are still pursuing Beast Boy, and also Vortex Warp was your it was your action.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are. He goes onto this like he turns a corner real fast, and he heads onto this road. There's a bridge. The bridge, there's a barge, like a garbage scow, like moving underneath it, and the bridge is actively lifting. But Gizmo does not slow down, and he starts driving up the bridge as it lifts. Now, you being as smart as you are, Cyborg, you realize if he's gonna make this jump, now you're a little concerned about the
Oh no.
you're a little concerned about the um the magical hand that's reducing his momentum. So that might be something you need to deal with, or one of you needs to deal with. But also, Cyborg, you know that if he would even make this jump without that, he needs to hit the nitro booster now.
Yes, I know.
So you're on the windshield. You can yell to him if you want to.
Why do I want him to make the jump?
You don't want
Because your car will most certainly be fucked if it does not make the jump. You know that.
It already made it slammed into the ground before. What's worse about
But
it?
like
Just hit
this is all. It could
This is
fly
all
into the
repairable.
water and
It'll be
explode.
totaled.
It could fall. This is a situation where you know it's about to be total if it does not make the jump.
Oh man, I feel like I should just. I'm trying to think of what the stopping power of my legs are. Be with that mixed with the hand.
If you guys successfully stacked up like grabbing it and stopping it, you might be able to stop it before it flies off the bridge.
Except
but
for Nitro.
But then he would probably counter with Nitro.
It does
and-
have a nitro. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like
Do I see?
Yeah.
Do I see him?
yes.
Oh well, Vortex Warp.
Okay. On him or on you to get into
That's
the
a
car?
great question. The other choice would be Shatter, but I might hurt too much of the vehicle, and I wouldn't be happy with that.
Uh-huh.
But do I want to get in there, or do I want him to get out? Well, if he's out, we might be able to stop it with. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get him. But the problem is it's a higher failure rate.
Yeah, you could go inside and hit the nitro and then like hijack your own car.
I think there's the thing is, if I fail to get him out of it, then we're in trouble. But if I'm inside of it, it's still more of a contest, and I think that's the better solution. So
also I forgot this detail, but when he drove through the construction area, it also scraped like a big scratch in the side of the car, and also and you were like, ah, and then also, you know, he dinged one of the rear view mirrors off the side. just to add the further context to like how beat up your car is starting to get.
I like the idea of warping him out into the ocean, but and then just us stopping it through sheer brute force, but there's too high of a failure chance. Okay, I get into I warp into it, the vehicle.
Okay, you're gonna warp into the car, like so into the passenger seat, because that's the unoccupied space. Yep. So you warp into the car, and I guess you're gonna like use your bonus action, like hit the button.
I hit the button.
You're like, so you warp into the car. You're like, we need the nitro. And you hit the button.
I look at him and I say, "Nitro now!"
He's like,
gun it, ah! Gun it, Gizmo.
He just starts hitting random buttons, but then like with you pointing it out, he like hits the nitro button, and it starts pushing forward. Now, a Starfire. Yeah. Are you still using Bigby's hand to push against, or are you letting that go? You see that Cyborg is now in the car.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I think I would dispel the hand.
Okay, the hand like stops straining and like dissipates. Well, first it lets go and like tumbles off the side of the car and then like dissipates. And then the car picks up full speed and zooms over the bridge and then crashing down on the other side, but still on its wheels, and starts zooming off. Now we have the situation where the chase could continue, and but now Gizmo's gonna try to like cast spells at you and stuff. Cyborg. So this is what he's gonna do on his turn to try to get you the fuck out. He goes,
"Hey, that's a neat trick, guy. But I know that one too. Vortex warp."
He's gonna cast Vortex warp on you.
Okay.
To try to yeet you out of the car.
All right.
Now you're pretty good at Constitution.
Yeah, I am.
But go ahead and make the save.
Oh, I'm making it unless I get a 1. I'm just telling you that. That's a 33.
Okay. Yeah, his save is not that high. You start to feel the flux, but you're like, no. He's like, God damn it. That's his action. Let's see. Does he have any bonus
just
actions?
Pull out the gun and my hidden inside my leg and just cap him. No, I'm not.
Oh my god, what? He pulls out a sawed-off shotgun.
Well, it worked.
It would. That would be a bit of a moral event horizon, though.
Okay. He is like,
God dang it.
Oh no. I'm getting bad ideas.
Oh no.
I'm getting really bad ideas. Not, well, huh. That is, say, game-breaking ideas.
He sounds pretty well fucked.
He probably is. We'll see. Okay, so he did that, so he can't like attack you yet. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the other round. From people. So people are outside of the car. People are inside of the car. What you doing?
I'm trying to think if there's much I can do with Cyborg now in the car. I wish I had like slow or something.
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up.
I think okay, so they made it over the bridge.
Yes. And they are kind of on a straightaway where, like, he would have had a lot more opportunity to race away if he weren't dealing with Cyborg inside the car right now. but now that's impeding his progress in doing that.
Oh wait, I just got an idea. Just a second.
Why are you cackling?
You really don't want to know what I'm thinking.
Oh, oh God. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to use disguise self. And I'm going to turn into his friend Jinx. And
Okay.
I am going to tap on the window.
I am I'm can she fly? He will roll intelligence.
The question is if he thinks about it quick enough. Like,
yeah, I know. So let me roll his intelligence.
I think my high shot here is he lets me in. My low ball is he gets very confused, and that helps Cyborg somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a relevant skill for this? Well, also wait. So can disguise self also be seen through with the investigation? Is that one of those illusions?
Let me actually look at that. To discern if you are disguised, a creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an intelligence investigation check.
Fair enough. Now I'm just gonna roll the free remember roll first to see if he's like, this is bullshit. Right?
Valid.
He rolls. I mean, what would that be against? Your DC, I would assume.
Yes. Which...
Wait, no. This one's just to see if he remembers this fact.
Yeah.
So he got good enough to be. He looks at you, and there's all the animation is all those red question marks up around his head. Is it
What? Jinx? Wait. Since when can you fly? I know what you're doing, butt sniffer.
And he, yeah. So that was what was that? Your action or what?
Yeah, I believe that was my action.
Okay. You still have your bonus action if you'd like to use it.
I think I'm probably good. It feels like this is mostly in Cyborg's hands at this point.
Okay. So Cyborg, what were you cackling about?
Hold on, I'm doing an intelligence a check on myself.
Why?
That's not very high.
Well, I mean, you have bonuses.
Yeah, I know. Cyborg has really not. I mean, I can create devices, but he doesn't really know a lot of theory of planes like Raven does, and how doesn't know the full. So I'm thinking he's going to try to open up a rope trick to drive the car into. It's a split-second decision of him panicking.
Okay, but rope trick is vertical.
I know.
It's not horizontal.
I'm telling you, he's not. He's being stupid.
Okay. I don't know if this is a thing that can even happen, even if you try.
No. What I'm saying is, you know what else is also in the car? An extra dimensional bachelor pad. That's 2 extra dimensional spaces.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not sure if I want to do this, but I kind of I almost just want to see what happens.
Well, I'm trying to see if there is a bad interaction with that. Now here's the thing. So there's a rope trick in the back compartment of the car happening that extends the inner portion of the car, right?
Yeah.
And the enchantment is sort of built into it. Now there's already a factor of something that Gizmo hasn't done. Thankfully, hasn't ventured into the back of the car yet, because he also has a bag of holding on hand. Now you cast rope trick here. So you touch a length of rope up to 60 feet long, one end of the rope that rises into the air, or then rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. I mean, I think the spell it won't fully happen. Now, this is interesting though, because
I'm thinking the same thing happens when you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Right, but bag of holding has a specific description for interactions. Rope trick doesn't have anything about being in other extra dimensional space.
I know I think I want to say it's going off of precedence of the concept, but hold on. It's that why I said game breaking is if this works the way I think it is, the two of them could end up in the astral plane, and now we have nobody knows where they are, and they have a journey to get back. And yes, I probably would be playing a different character at that point.
No, I mean,
listen, go to extra dimensional places.
This is DC.
Yes.
So first off, you'd probably go somewhere else, not the
That's fair.
Not the No, here's what happens.
Okay.
I like the idea.
I kind of just wanted I like the anyway, go ahead. Go, do your ruling.
No. I like the idea, and I like that you initiated the idea, because now I can do it with no guilt on my conscience. So, you in this moment, you're like, gosh, my car, he's gonna ruin it. I need to get it out of here. I need to get it out of this place. It's taking so much damage. I need to get it away. And you cast rope trick, and there's this unique interaction between his bag of holding and the two active rope tricks in the same situation.
That's right, yeah.
Basically, so Starfire.
Yes.
You see this effect start to take effect over the car, and this field generate. And you're like, what? Does this thing have warp? Because that's what it looks like to you as a spacefaring alien.
Yeah.
This field starts to generate around the car as the car speeds down the road. And for an added little Easter egg, as the speedometer hits 88 miles per hour, the car twists and warps. Now, you know a good deal about the dangers of being caught on the exterior of a ship when it goes into spatial distortion. You know something about the risks. But if you would like to, Starfire, you can try to pursue this thing as it warps out of this area of space-time.
I don't know what's on the other side. It's a character option, but I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Fuck. Okay, wait. I need to try and empty my brain of any external knowledge and make an in-character decision. As I see. So basically, it looks to me as if their car has enacted like hyperdrive.
Basically, yes. And it's about to warp out of this point in space. And that wouldn't be a problem for you based off of your top speeds if you knew where it were going.
Yeah.
But you don't.
I'm trying to. Okay, I'm just sorry. Give me a second.
I'm picturing like Gizmo and Cyborg as buddy cops in hell or something. I don't know. What's that?
Let me pull up the DC universe map.
it honestly, if assuming Starfire, or even if she does, I feel like this is just a cliffhanger, and we don't need to know what happens.
I think,
yeah.
I think that what happens is inside of my head, I'm looking, and this looks very dangerous and very scary. And in my brain, I think, Cyborg's got this. Cyborg knows what he's doing. And then a louder voice says, "No, he doesn't." And I chase after them.
Okay. So,
because my friend is being warped into another dimension, even if my friend has been acting really weird lately.
Okay.
That's my only concern is it causes a deeper split in the party that will probably force more things. But let's do it.
We thought we were almost done with this season, but
oh no, I was thinking, I was like, what would be a bigger season-ending thing than Cyborg and Gizmo just like being gone, and then the next season picks up with them being like, well, now we have to figure out what to do. Can we find him? And if not, what do we do?
Now, I will say for all the people who would like get stuck together in another universe or whatever, like and trying to figure out a way to get back. Now in the personality sense, there'd be a lot of conflict and annoyance for a while, but in the technical sense, you guys could probably figure something out together.
I'm just scared
okay.
this means we'll actually, if Starfire's there, we'll actually have to do pretty much 2 different games. Anyway, but I'm curious.
Well, I mean, no, I think it'll be. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you got Raven who can travel between planes and stuff. So
okay.
I'll... So anyway, but all that aside,
yes.
okay. Okay. So this starts to warp now. So you do pursue, from what I understand.
Yep.
You
regretfully, I pursue.
You push forward into the spatial shear. Your body like bending and distorting with space as you try to follow the car as it disappears, and you are flung. And you can see the car ahead of you, or behind you, or in you, or to the side of you. It's really not clear. As the three of you are flung through space-time, and there's a moment, Cyborg, where there's just a moment where everything blanks out to white, and you're floating in a white void. And you turn and you look, and for a moment you remember him fully. You turn and you look, and you see the presence, that Monopoly looking guy with the bowler hat, and he just kind of looks at you and good luck. And then you're out of that situation as you guys plummet through space. Now, you're plummeting through infinite dimensions and like states of existence, very Doctor Strange like, but probably more weird and conceptual than even that, I would say. And there's a point where while you're moving through, you're not like you're on the edge of whatever force is pulling them along, Starfire.
Yeah.
And you get snagged on something.
Oh no.
And you're ripped away.
Oh no.
And they are pushed further on, and you just see them careening away. It's weird. But they're no longer within your realm of perception. And now you are just in this realm. There's yellow and red lightning surging past you, and you start feeling this incredible strain, this pain. that forces you to move faster, as fast as you can until you're sweating with the exertion of it. And this should be impossible. There should be no speed that exists that puts this kind of strain on you, but you are trapped trying to go faster and faster in this vortex of swirling lightning. And that is where we will end this episode of Teen Titans Roll.
So I just opened the communicator, and I'm just like, they're gone.
Guys. Oh. Good game, everybody.
Woohoo!
I don't think that there could possibly be a more complicated situation for you guys to explain to Charlie for next time.
I was thinking that as I'm listening to this last thing. I'm like,
it's like,
after she leaves and says, "Oh, I hope nothing bad happens." So, guys.
This is incredible.
Oh.
As soon as he said that, I was just like, "Oh no!"
I didn't want to go in, but I knew my character would.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
I just kind of picture Robin finally getting done paperwork and like picking up the communicator and being like, "Hey, how's it going over there?" And just silence and be like, "What the heck happened?"
Robin.
Gas me into the fucking Speed Force.